Want to go on the best hike at Yosemite National Park? Then save this because most people skip Upper Yosemite Falls. If you want a full itinerary to Yosemite, then make sure to check the link in my bio. But today I'm talking about Upper Yosemite Falls Trail, which I think gives you the best views of the valley. I like to use all trails to plan these hikes, and it says that Upper Yosemite Falls is going to be a 7-mile hike with over 3,000 feet in elevation in up to 6 hours. That might sound crazy, but you don't have to do all this hike to still get amazing views of the waterfall. The Upper Yosemite Falls Trail is going to be right in Yosemite Valley, which is going to be where all the main hikes in Yosemite are. When most people arrive here, the first thing they do is go to the overcrowded Lower Yosemite Falls Trail, but trust me, the Upper Yosemite Falls Trail is so much more worth it. This hike is going to give you insanely panoramic views of the valley, and gets you to climb to the very top of the tallest waterfall in North America. You can see the whole trail on Google Maps here. It's going to start at this little pinpoint that says Upper Yosemite Falls. You're going to walk up this trail towards Columbia Rock, pretty much going to follow the waterfall the entire way through, until you get all the way up here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, what this hike looks like, and how to shorten it. At this first part of the hike here, you're going to gain over 1,000 feet in elevation just in switchbacks. And this is what that's going to look like. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty brutal, but the views at the top make it pretty worth it. There's all these huge boulders too that you can climb on here. It's really fun. Then once you get past the switchback part, it's going to start looking like this, and you're going to start getting insane views of the valley. Here's another example of that. Then you're going to start going downhill for a little bit, but then you'll go uphill again until you reach Columbia Rock. You'll know you get here once you see these iron bars. And this is going to be about 1.5 miles into the hike. There's probably no better spot to see half dome like this. Now, if we go back to the map, you can see Columbia Rock is here, but the end of the trail is all the way over here. So it is going to be a much longer hike if you want to get all the way up to the waterfall. Going to the Columbia Rock and back is going to take you about 2 to 2.5 hours, but you could just hike another half mile to this spot right here to start to get views of the waterfall. If you go during the springtime, it should be flowing a lot more than this. Here's a good example. And getting to this part and going back is probably going to be more like 2.5 to 3 hours round trip. It's not really marked on the trail. You just have to keep going once you reach Columbia Rock until you can see the waterfall, but I promise it's not as far as you think. And then for the crazy part, you're going to start getting really close to the waterfall and have to climb even more elevation. Start to see some steps, and then it'll turn into switchbacks again. Yeah, you can see what this looks like here. You'll get some crazy views like this, and then you'll suddenly start seeing this other side of these mountains up here. And then the views here just start to look like meadows. It's kind of crazy how awesome this is. And this is really where the terrain gets insanely unique. This actually looks insane. Kind of looks a little weird on Google Maps, but you should be able to see the waterfall coming down from here. Sometimes it might even look like this. But when you go back up and if you go on the Snow Creek Trail, you'll be able to cross over this bridge that goes over the river that the waterfall comes from. And not only will you get to see so much stuff in the distance like this, but then if you look down, you can see the gorge that the waterfall falls through. And there it is. Not sure how someone would get here, but here's another view of the waterfall. Make sure to follow because I post hikes and itineraries every day. Let me know in the comments what your favorite hike in Yosemite is, and if you want my full itinerary, check the link in my bio.